The Theater is one of the more classic gaming creepypastas out there. It's about an old game that was released around the same time as Doom, but is almost impossible to hunt down these days. And there's a damn good reason why. Hey everybody, welcome back to Top 10 Gaming, and our series on gaming creepypastas. Today, rather than retelling a themed creepypasta associated with a particular existing title or franchise, we're diving into one about an alleged game called The Theater. That, to anyone who's claimed to see it in real life, comes along with a pretty horrific experience. So let's jump in. The Theater was a game that, when released, was sold in a plain white case, with nothing but a sprite of what has since been named the Ticket Taker, a poorly drawn bald white man with large red lips wearing a red vest over top of a white shirt, and black pants. Completely expressionless. Now, according to legend, if someone smashes the disc inside of the case, the expression of the ticket taker will actually change, with his face looking back at you angrily. Other than the ticket taker, nothing else is said to be on the case. No title, no dev logos, nothing. Just the ticket taker. Some people who got their hands on this game would give up before even playing it. It was notorious for its inability to install correctly. Upon reaching the licensing agreement, your computer would freeze. The agreement itself would also feature a blank line for where the developer studio's name was supposed to be. Now apparently if you tried rebooting your computer when it froze on the agreement without ejecting the disk and hit I agree as soon as the computer started back up, the installation would continue. Now after it's installed, things only get weirder. When the game starts up, it goes straight to a menu with a sprite of a movie theater's exterior on a completely empty street. The options you're given are New Game, Load, and of course, Options. If you select Options, the game immediately crashes and shuts down. Clicking on Load does absolutely nothing even if you do have a saved game. So really the only choice is New Game. Now when the game begins, you are in first-person view, standing in an empty movie theater lobby with only the ticket taker standing in front of a dark hallway, which must lead to the cinemas. There's a bunch of poorly drawn movie posters on the walls that are all illegible. All you can really do is approach the ticket taker. When you do, a low-quality sound clip plays of a man saying, "Thank you, please enjoy the movie," along with a text box spelling out the exact same dialogue. You walk down the hallway, the screen fades to black. And when it returns, you're back in the empty movie theater lobby. From there, you keep doing the same action over and over again. And while that may sound absolutely awful and mundane, as you continue to repeat the actions, small little things, differences will occur. Now, it's never been recorded how many times you have to approach the ticket taker in order for these peculiarities to occur. Some believe it is completely random. The first strange event that most players experience is when they return to the empty theater lobby. The ticket taker is gone. When you walk down the hallway, the sound clip still plays and the text box still appears, despite the ticket taker's absence. And when you walk down that hallway, the screen doesn't fade you back into the lobby. The sounds of your footsteps can still be heard whenever you continue to push the up button on your keyboard to move forward. It feels like an endless black hallway. The tension gets really intense, and players reported feeling immense anxiety as this occurred. Eventually, it gets to a point where the player is no longer able to move forward. Then, after a few quiet moments, a sprite appears. It is said to be the same sprite as the ticket taker, but with one major difference. His head is now a swirl. Players reported feeling physically ill when seeing the sprite, calling it the swirly headman. Nothing happens in the game for several moments until, all of a sudden, an abrupt piercing screech will pour out of your speakers, and the game will begin to glitch severely. This is said to go on for several minutes. Then, seemingly out of nowhere, the player is returned to the empty theater lobby, with the game no longer glitching out. If players were bold enough to keep at it and continue to walk down the hallway, they'd experience the initial normal cycle of the game for a few times. Some have claimed to see the swirly headman appear in the corner of the theater, with a yelp sound effect playing. Then after a few cycles, upon returning to the theater lobby, players will eventually see the ticket taker sprite, pacing back and forth. Except his legs aren't moving, the sprite is hopping instead. His eyes and mouth appear to have become wide, making him look as if he was worried. Some players have claimed the images on the movie posters would be replaced by an image of the swirly headman too. Upon approaching the ticket taker, a different sound clip would play, which, because of its low quality, has been highly debated as to what exactly is being said. The text box below the ticket taker contains a series of corrupted characters, making the words illegible. Some swear that the sound clip is saying, "Never reach the other levels." Now once you speak to him, the screen fades out and returns the player back to the starting point in the theater lobby. The theater hallway is now blocked by a brick wall sprite. If you approach it and touch it, the game will immediately crash. Now after that, no one has ever figured out what to do next to progress, or how to access these other levels the ticket taker had mentioned. No one knows why seeing the swirly headman causes such acute panic in players playing the game, And all of the original copies of the game seem to have completely disappeared, with those who managed to find bootleg versions of the game popping it into the computers only to discover that the discs are empty. And that's that. So, what do you guys think? Could the theater be real? Do games like it actually exist? Give us a shout in those comments below and let us know your thoughts. If you dug this video, slam that thumbs up and be sure to check out our channel for more gaming themed creepypastas. We have a whole lot that might tickle your interest. In the meantime though, thanks for tuning in, pals. I'll catch you all in the next video.